So now, once you've identified the problems, the next step is to diagnose the root causes. So let's look at step number 3, which is diagnose problems to get at their root causes. So here Ray Dalio talks about the following couple of things. So first he says, focus on what is before what to do about it. Right? It's very important that we first collect all the facts. So in my case, we first need to understand what has previously been tried. Where are the potential donors that we could reach? Who else has know-how and experience and a successful track record in fundraising, right? Especially here, Dalio highlights the importance of talking to other believable people that have a track record and great reasoning, and how they can help us explain what the situation looks like and what potentially needs to be done, right? So, but first focus on what is going on before immediately jumping into creating a plan. The second thing that Dalio highlights for us is to distinguish proximate causes from root causes. So here a great thing you can do is run the 5 why algorithm if you want. So in our case, we could start with there's no money in the bank. Why is there no money in the bank? Because we don't have a fundraising operation. And we'd say, why don't we have a fundraising operation? Well, because we didn't have the people and the know-how on how to do that fundraising operation. And we said, okay, why didn't we have the people in place? Well, because we never went and recruited these people. So why didn't we never go out and recruit these people? Because we had blind spots and sort of didn't know that that was going to be important, right? So in this case, that's probably a good point to stop once you've hit that sort of blind spots we know that this is a big problem, and that's sort of solving that is sort of part of the reason you and I are looking at this material right now, because we try to uncover these blind spots. But that's probably a good place to stop, and we can sort of now say, okay, well, the root cause is that we never went out and hired the people, which is very different than from saying, oh, we have the people, but we never trained them. They weren't trained properly. They didn't know how to do fundraising, right? So it's a very important that you try to get at the most root cause of your issue, and then you take action once that root cause has been identified. And lastly, what Dalio mentions here as well is the importance of knowing what people are like, okay? And by that, he also includes you. People, including you, are like. This is coming back to the earlier point of innate weakness versus just know-how problem. And you need to sort of know whether something isn't working because you're innately not good at that task. Like say, for me, it's easy to talk to strangers and all that, but I'm not necessarily someone who loves sitting in front of an Excel spreadsheet for hours and hours on end. And I'll probably not be very good if I had to do some intense accounting work, right? So that's probably more of an innate weakness than something I could learn. But if I had to learn political fundraising, as I said before, that's probably something I could just pick up by talking to other highly believable people and reading books and testing it in the field, right? So very, very important to know what people in your team are like, and what you're like, and how you can form alliances later on to sort of create symbiotic relationships.